Louise asked about the flower stencils that I was using in one of my pieces, and these are them, and they're kind of beat up. I've used these over and over again, so it's time to make new ones. And all I use is an old file folder, which I've torn in half, and now I'm going to cut in half again. And the reason why I do them in strips is because I want to reach in with my paper punch. This one's kind of pesky because the little pieces end up folding as I pull it out. But I want to be able to reach in with my paper punch and punch from both sides so that I don't end up with the same flower in the same direction over and over again. But they sort of look a little bit different and angle in a different way. And I also want to leave myself enough room from the edge of the paper so that if I'm painting, here, let me put this in here, so that if I'm painting, I don't end up dabbing the paint off the edge of the stencil. Now there are ways that you can fix that. I can always come back and tape another piece onto this. So I could go ahead and punch this piece just like I've punched this one and then tape them together. And if I do tape on both sides, I still end up with a nice flat stencil that doesn't have flowers hanging off the edge. So, and I've done that with other stencils that I've done, just like taped a piece of paper on either side because I wanted a little more protection. So with this other half, I'm going to cut that like this. And this is the medium size of that same flower. And then I also have a very small one. And I'm using smaller and smaller pieces of paper because I don't really need a huge number of these tiny little flowers. I just need enough of them so that I can paint and then rotate the stencil and paint somewhere else. And I think this is a little too big. There, now I can reach in better. So there's my little one. So now I have 3 stencils, and I just throw them down just the way I would any other stencil. I basically just throw mine down and hold them in place, and then either use a stencil brush or a sponge to apply the color.